The solutions really have to move beyond the Duluth model, which is a kind of narrow perspective that identifies the cause of domestic violence as, in a sense, exclusively patriarchy and doesn't get to the deeper underlying causes. So our solutions need to expand both, in a sense, theoretically and academically, but also in terms of who we bring to the table in terms of the recovery effort. So they need to expand to recognize that the causes of domestic violence are not only exclusively related to what people believe and what people believe about women, that people believe a lot of things and that that those beliefs can contribute to domestic violence. For example, I need to be in control because if I'm not, it's scary and my life will feel out of control. If I don't react in this situation, I have the voice in my head of my father who says I will be trodden on. If I don't hit something now, I don't know what I'm going to do with the burning feeling in my gut. I mean, there are so many dimensions when you untangle and pay attention to the violence that need to be addressed. So at a very fundamental level, we have to start to get to and help people get to understanding where their violence comes from. That's, in a sense, step number one. But then the question is, who should be at the table to help do that? Clearly, the person who's violent needs to do that. But what they quickly follow with is, okay, well, I can do all this work, incredible work on myself, but she drives me nuts. And the minute it happens, I know I'm off and running. And if I don't get that piece, in a sense, understood, why she's feeling like she needs to scream at me when I do this, if that doesn't get understood, I'll never understand the whole puzzle. It's, in a sense, just looking at a part of the elephant rather than the whole elephant. And so the question is, when and how do we bring victims in, and then how do we bring the family in? From my perspective, the most effective approach to domestic violence would be that everyone who is in this process, which may or may not include victims, because some victims leave, many victims stay, that whoever is in this world and the possibility of that violence, even the children, but certainly the grandparents, that everybody comes together as much as possible to try and address the violence. It is profound, and this has happened to us quite directly. It is profound when a father comes in and says, I taught him to be violent. That can change everything.